Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com back for another Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. Got a good video for you guys today. Before we do that, though, two announcements I want to make. Thank you guys so much. We have surpassed 5,000 subscribers on this channel. Really appreciate all the support you guys have shown over this past year, especially as I become more active in doing YouTube videos. Also, want to give a shout out to my buddy Adam Steele, who did a video of the Steelers drop compilation that I had posted and reacted to that. It was a great video. He gave me a shout out and a lot of love as well. So I will put a link in the description to his channel because he brought guys to my channel. So I want to repay the favor. His editing skills is a whole lot better than mine. But be sure to check out his content because he does tremendous stuff in covering the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. All right. So for today's video, we're talking about how defenses are adjusting to Big Ben and the Steelers' quick game. Right now, their offense has become such a limited menu where the run game has been non-existent, the deep pass game has been inconsistent and not nearly as strong enough as it could or should be, and so defenses are really keying in on the quick game, on the three-step game. Today, we're breaking down how defenses are adjusting to that and the consequences and the extra difficulty it's causing the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Obviously, in part, I'm making this video because of what happened in the Washington game, and we'll talk about that and show that later in the video of Montez Sweat batting down three passes in that game, but especially the one late in the game that led to John Bostic's interception that basically won the game for Washington over Pittsburgh. But this has been happening for several weeks, and Washington talked about how they were watching Baltimore tape to really get a feel to how to play the quick game. And really, I kind of started seeing this more in week 10 against the Bengals. And there are times, as Sweat sort of did, but you really see it here from Sam Hubbard, the lefty end of the Bengals, not even rushing the quarterback, knowing the ball is going to come out quick. This is third and two, Steelers in empty, knowing Pittsburgh wants to get the ball to their hands quickly. No quarterback in football has a quicker release than Ben, about 2.2 seconds. Some edge rushers and pass rushers are just saying, forget about getting to the quarterback because I don't have a chance to get there in 2.2. I'm just going to try to get my way in the throwing lane. That's what Sam Hubbard does on this play. So check him out, number 94. And Ben, quick step drop, basically a one step drop, wants to throw, I believe, the slant, but Hubbard not even rushing. I mean, he's designed to rush, but he's saying, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not going to get there in time. Let me try to get my hands up. He does. Should have intercepted this one. Luckily for Pittsburgh, he dropped it. But yeah, I mean, that's just a good read and knowing what Pittsburgh wants to do, assuming something's going to be quick behind him with that quick game. And Hubbard nearly comes away with the INT. Look at it from the aerial view. Ben wanting to hit Deontay Johnson on his quick curl route at the sticks, but Hubbard gets in the way, gets in the throw lane, and had he not been there, that's a completion and probably going to be a first down. But Hubbard makes a really high IQ play, gets his hand in the throwing lane, and that's going to be a common theme we're seeing both individually and schematically in this video. One last look at it, and we will move on to the next play. Something that a lot of teams are doing now, we'll see it in some of these Baltimore clips I'm going to show you here momentarily, is they're just dropping eight in the coverage. They're dropping their pass rushers in the coverage on third down because they know the ball's going to get out quick. So they're going to try to rob and get in the way of some of these, quick throws that they're anticipating. This is another third and two, mid third quarter against the Bengals. And again, they're going to drop both edge guys here and here, just rush their interior three to try to take away any of those quick throws. And it actually works on this play where the Steelers are running these slants. Over here is a shield slant at a bunch underneath Chase Claypool is James Conner running this quick slant screen to the bottom, and both edge guys have dropped out to take that throw away. And so that breaks up the play, forces Ben to go. Ben ball, luckily for Pittsburgh, it gets completed. A nice play by Ben and Eric Ebron to make this catch for 14 yards, but certainly not the design nor the intent of the play. So again, watch both edge rushers here. They're going to drop into coverage, immediately look to rob any sort of in-breaking route like a slant, which is what happens on both sides. Ben looks right. It's not there. He looks left. It's taken away. Deontay underneath has been covered up. And now this turns into Ben ball of trying to make a play. It works out ultimately in the end, but you kind of see how defenses are playing this. Instead of rushing five against empty because we're not going to get home in time, let's try to bail out and pop out and try to rob anything quick. The Bengals do succeed in that regard on this play. Another example, this is going to be against Jacksonville in week 11. This is a third and two empty set because this team cannot run the football to save their lives in any short yardage area. And so Defenses know the ball's going to come out quick. This is not going to be a long developing type play. Ben, a one step drop, screen to James Conner in the right flat, and Chasey on the defensive end here, the rookie. By the way, even rookies are figuring this stuff out. Does not try to rush. He's coming off immediately. Is that by design or is that him doing his own thing? I'm not quite sure, but it's really irrelevant what the reason is and what the rationale is. He knows the ball's getting out quick, so instead of him being an edge rusher and getting after the quarterback, he's going to make the play in the flats and stop James Conner for a 2 yard loss and forces Pittsburgh to, I believe, kick a field goal here. So again, defense is adjusting, responding, empty set, third and short. Given the way the Steelers play in Ben's style, 2.2 seconds from snap to release, you're going to go play something quick and make a play. I don't think any team did a better job to show the blueprint of how to stop the quick game, which is what Washington players like Chase Young and Montez Sweat were talking about, than the Baltimore Ravens. They did a really good job here. This is a first and 10, so this is not a third and short situation, but Pittsburgh at it empty, generally speaking, only five to block. The ball is going to get out of Ben's hands pretty quickly here, and that's what happens on this play. Again, they're going to only rush three, drop eight, everything's taken away, the quick stuff underneath. They're playing this cover three shell over the top, so there's nothing there for Ben. He's going to now make this kind of hurried, awkward throw to Deontay, who's clearly covered. It's frustrating. Kind of the rush was as effective as it was with only sending three. But Baltimore, the first game, they were very aggressive. They were blitz heavy. Ben picked them apart by going with the 0-1 personnel, four receiver sets. In this game, defense coordinator Wink Martindale for Baltimore blitzed as few as he did and as little as he did really in any game all season. They were dropping guys out. They were dropping eight, rushing only three, a really good changeup. And I think teams are really taking notice of how to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in that quick game. This is a 4th and 1 later in the game against Baltimore. And kind of like the first clip we showed with Sam Hubbard, I think the left outside linebacker, Jalen Ferguson, does a similar thing here where he's probably the assignment is likely to rush, but instead of rushing, he's going to now just kind of hang out in coverage and wait for something quick. Given this bunt set, knowing the Steelers like to run these shield slants and kind of quick hitters underneath, you don't exactly get the shield slant on this play, but you get kind of this pick and rub with Chase Claypool trying to run underneath. I believe that's Ebron. Yeah, it is Eric Ebron. And so Ferguson is going to just hang back. He's not going to rush. He's going to kind of chip Juju slightly, but then eyes on the quarterback. We're not going to get after the quarterback here. They're going to drop out both edge rushers. So again, they're dropping eight in the coverage. So this is probably actually more by design than it is Ferguson freelancing. But again, he's going to make this throw tougher, going to squeeze it. Still, the ball gets in there. Could have been caught by Claypool. Nice play by the DB, Marcus Peters. But again, he's just kind of making that throw harder in a tighter window for Ben and kind of delays maybe some of the timing of the throw. And certainly you can see how defenses are responding. An aggressive look pre snap, but post snap, both guys are going to drop out 54 and 45. Only a three-man rush to try to take away anything quick underneath. And the DB makes a really good play to finish, and the Steelers cannot convert on 4th down. Again, versus Baltimore later in the game. This is a 3rd and 4, and you want to get real crazy with it. We're not going to drop eight in the coverage. Baltimore's going to drop nine in the coverage. Only a two-man rush on this play, 3rd and 4, and again, they're going to just try to take away anything underneath, and that's what happens here with Baltimore taking away that slant to Claypool. Gets tackled, nice play by Marcus Peters and the really good DBs that they have over there in Baltimore. And again, a two-man rush. I mean, there's a little bit of a chip here. I guess 91 would have ultimately come here, but if everything does come quick and hot this side, he's going to be able to make that play. And then to the top of the screen, again, you're just seeing defenses. They're now saying we're not going to blitz. We're not even going to send our pass rushers. We're going to let them just kind of rob stuff underneath in zone coverage. Defenses are anticipating these slants. You see Peters make a great drive on the ball. No bunch set here makes it a little bit easier for him to be able to rally and get underneath that and make the tackle. But again, you're just seeing the idea of let's just drop a lot of guys in the coverage. Ben, of course, is not going to be a threat to really run in the way that the Deshaun Watson example would be, or Josh Allen, who the Steelers will play on Sunday, would be. So you can play more zone, you can drop more guys in the coverage, and really just attack those quick, one-step throws. That has really been the hallmark of this offense. But now defenses are recognizing that and they're adjusting. Finally, I did want to show you the interception Monday against Washington. This is probably the worst example of how defenses are adjusting to the quick game, in part because this is 1st and 10, not 3rd and short, where the Steelers especially lean on some of the quick game, but just the overall point that defenses and defensive linemen and pass rushers are coming into this game with the mindset of, okay, we're not going to get after the quarterback. We're not going to sack Ben. He's not been sacked in over 200 attempts, not sacked since week 8 in that first matchup against Baltimore. How can we impact the game in other ways? Montez Sweat here is going to see the tight end release into the flats, knows that ball's probably going to come out quick. Great job to time it, get his hand on the ball, and it's picked off by former Steelers linebacker John Bostic. So kind of crazy to see that thing come full circle in a sense, but again, kind of recognizing the concept. And the coverage is not played the same way. It's a four-man rush. They're kind of playing this quarters looking coverage, just four deep, zone under type idea. But Sweat personally knows he sees the tight end go in the flat. The ball might go there. It's probably the slant flat concept, which is pretty common in what Pittsburgh runs, and he's going to be able to get his hand up in the throw lane, bat to throw, and he gets picked off by Bostic. So again, here with the set by a core four, Sweat, pretty easy lane. He's a freaky dude coming out of Mississippi State, really athletic, really long, and is able to bat this one down, or bat it up into the air, I should say. And Boston makes a good play to pick the ball off. So, and Sweat and Chase Young were telling reporters after the game we knew what they were doing. They were predictable. We knew their tendencies. We watched the Baltimore tape that we just went through, and so they were able to key in on some of those things. And certainly defenses going forward are going to continue to adjust to that and really try to deny the quick game, which is tough to do. Obviously, Pittsburgh's still going to make hay with it. It's the only thing working for the offense right now. But you are seeing defenses adjust as defenses are paid to do. And we'll see how the Steelers adjust, hopefully with a more vertical pass game and certainly a better run game than where things stand right now. Ben himself talked about needing a better vertical game when he spoke with the media on Wednesday. So hopefully that is a pretty comprehensive breakdown of how defenses are adjusting and some of the issues this offense is going to face as defenses adjust. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.